Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1234 and New York Times hard Sudoku for November 4th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1234. I'm gonna start with the word tired, because I am a bit tired, and for that reason, I'm gonna try my best to speed this video up. Alright, got the I green only, so I've placed I as the second letter, and there are still lots of available options, so let's try to use the elimination strategy, which is by using 5 other letters to form a word. For example, chaos, I feel like these are some common consonants, and A and O are vowels, of course. But I'm not so sure about the H, but let's just guess it anyway. Surprisingly, all of these 5 letters are not part of this word. It could be another I, a repeated I, like minim, for example, alright? Or it might contain a U, but I'm not sure. Or it could contain a Y. For example, pinky. Let's try that. There is a Y, but not where I expected it to be. Oh, okay, Y either goes first, or it goes fourth. And from this pattern, I see the word vinyl. And that is today's Wordle answer. Alright. Well, luckily I saw that word. I was able to see vinyl. Yeah, I don't know why this word just came to my mind after I substituted Y. After the N in my head. Yeah, I just got lucky. Although I did use the elimination strategy on my second try, it actually helped reduce a lot of possibilities. So after Pinky, it was even more direct to guess today's Wordle answer, vinyl, V-I-N-Y-L. So I got today's Wordle answer in 4 tries. I'll definitely take that, and I'm quite satisfied. Okay, vinyl is today's Wordle answer. This is Wordle number 1234. I took 4 tries. After I'm done with this, let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is November 4th, 2024. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. What have we got? I see that these twos force the digit 2 into column 6 in block 2. These 4s point right. These 3s force the digit 3 into one of these 2 cells in block 5. These 3s point down and this cell sees another 3. These 3s point up and this cell sees another 3. Okay, these 6s. These 9s. These 9s force the digit 9 into column 4 in block 5. And then these 9s point up to force the digit 9 into this cell in block 2. Or you could have just placed this 9 by looking at column 5. In column 5, 9 is still a missing digit, where these 3 cells down here see this 9. So 9 cannot go into these 3 cells, so it must go into this cell, because it's the only cell available for 9 in column 5. So either way, you'll end up with a 9 in the cell, and then these 9s point right. So these 2 cells form a 4-9 pair. As you can see, in block 3, the digits 4 and 9 are missing. And these 4s and 9s force both 4 and 9 into these 2 cells only. So in order to fit both 4 and 9 into block 3, I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 4 and 9. The only combinations are 4-9 or 9-4. So this 4-9 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells because they are reserved for 4 and 9, because they can only go into these 2 cells. And this 4-9 pair not only works for block 3, but it also works for row 1. It also works for row 1. So this 4-9 pair eliminates all other missing digits of row 1 from these two cells. So now, in row 1, the other 4 open cells contain 1, 6, 7, and 8, which are the other missing digits of row 1, where these two cells, C, 7, and 8, and remember, 7 and 8 cannot go into the 4-9 pair, and also cannot go into these two cells. So in row 1, both 7 and 8 are forced into these two cells only. So these two cells also form another pair of 7 and 8. So again, because both 7 and 8 can only go into these two cells for row 1, so I have to make these two cells reserved for 7 and 8, because the only combinations are 7, 8, or 8, 7. This 7, 8 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells, because they're reserved for 7 and 8. 7 and 8 can only go into these two cells. So in row 1, there are 6 open cells. We have 2 pairs. So that's 4 cells involved. So that means the only 2 open cells that are not involved in the pairs form a 1-6 pair. Well, now they're involved in the pair, but that is from the other pairs. This pair is deduced from other pairs. So yeah, 1-6 pair here. So these ones point right, and this cell sees another 1. Okay, so this 1-6 pair makes the other 2 open cells in block 2 a 2-3 pair. So because in block 2, the digit 3 is forced into column 6. So no matter which cell 3 ends up in, this cell sees both of them. So this 2-3 pair eliminates 3 from this cell, because there's already a 3 in column 6, which 3 goes into one of these two cells. So after I eliminate 3 from this cell, I can force the digit 3 into this cell in block 5. Or I actually should mark down the missing digits of column 5. They are 3, 6, and 7, where this cell sees 3 and 7. This cell sees 3 and 7, so I can make this a 6, leaving a 3, 7 pair behind in column 5. The 6 points right, and the 6 points down. So in block 9, the digit 6 is forced into column 9, and then these 6s point up. Okay, these 3 cells form a triple, because in block 1 we have a 7-8 pair, meaning that the other 3 open cells contain the other missing digits of block 1. They are 2, 5, and 6. 2, 5, 6, 2, 5, 6, 2, 5, 6, where this cell sees a 5. This 9 points left, and this 9 points down. So in block 7, the digit 9 is forced into column 1, and then all these 9s force the digit 9 into this cell in block 4, and 9 in this cell is eliminated. I can force the digit 9 into this cell in block 5. After that, this 8 points right, and after 3 and 9 occupy these two cells, I can force the digit 8 into column 6 in block 5. Okay, this one points left, and this one points down. So in block 4, the digit 1 is forced into column 3, and then these ones point down to force the digit 1 into the cell in block 7. Or you could have just looked at column 2 and placed the 1 in this cell, because 1 is still a missing digit of column 2, but cannot go into all other open cells in this column. So either way, it is forced into this cell. And then the digit 1 in block 8 is forced into one of these two cells. Oh, sorry, I somehow missed the 7, so actually I could have just placed the 8 and 7 like this the whole time, but luckily I spotted the 7 before I carried on for a long time without noticing it. So yeah, 8 and 7 like this, and then these 7s force the digit 7 into this cell in block 4. The 7 points down and the 7 points right, so in block 5, the digit 7 is forced into one of these two cells. This cell is for 2 or 6 only, for this column. Oh, okay, so in column 1, 5 is a missing digit. So I have to put 5 somewhere in column 1, but cannot go into these 3 cells because it sees the 5 from block 7. So these 3 cells cannot contain 5. So in column 1, the digit 5 is forced into this cell, because it is the only cell available for 5 in this column. And then it leaves a 269 triple in column 1. The cell sees 6, so it's 29269. The cell sees this 9. Alright, this 269 triple makes the other 3 open cells in block 7 also a triple of 3, 4, and 8. So 3, 4, 8, 4, 8, 3, 4, 8, but because this cell sees 3. Hmm. Okay, let's mark down the missing digits of block 5. There are 5, 6, 7, and 8. I've marked down the 7s and 8s. So let's mark down the 5s and 6s. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, and this cell C6, so it's 5. Not sure how that helps, but we'll use whatever information I get. Okay, I do notice something. In column 7, 4 is a missing digit. And these 3 open cells see another 4. So in column 7, the digit 4 is forced into one of these 2 cells. And I also now see that these 4s point down. Okay, in column 7, 1, 4, 5, 7, and 8 are missing digits. Let's see. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. This cell sees 1, 4, and 7, so it can only contain 5 or 8. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. This cell sees 4, 5, and 8, so the cell can only contain 1 or 7. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. This cell sees 5 and... no, this cell sees 4 and 8, so it can only contain 1, 5, or 7. These two cells see 1 and 5, so they contain 4, 7, 8. Hmm. The digit 5 in block 3 is forced into one of these two cells. We got the 7 in one of these 3 cells and 8 in one of these 3 cells. Okay, so I've actually marked down every digit that goes in block 3. 1 into one of these 2 cells. 2. Well, 2 is already there. 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s. So yeah, I've marked them completely. So I should be able to see something um, in a moment, hopefully. Hmm. Oh, okay. It was something that I missed very obviously. These fives force the digit 5 into one of these two cells in block 8, and these two cells now form a 1-5 pair. As you can see in block 8, the digits 1 and 5 are missing, and these 1s and 5s force both 1 and 5 into these two cells only. So in order to fit both 1 and 5 into block 8, I have to make these two cells reserved for 1 and 5, because both of these two digits can only go into these two cells. So the only combinations being 1-5 or 5-1, either way, I should, well, I have to eliminate 4 from this 1-5 pair. This 1-5 pair cannot have a 4 in this cell because they are reserved for 1 and 5. Because, well, both 1 and 5 can only go into these two cells. So after 4 is eliminated from this 1-5 pair, I can force the digit 4 into this cell in block 8, which eliminates 4 from this cell. Now look at column 7. All other open cells in column 7, apart from this cell down here, sees another 4. So in column 7, the digit 4 is forced into this cell, and then these 4s force the digit 4 into this cell in block 7. Any more 4s? We got these 4s, forcing the digit 4 into one of these two cells in block 6. Okay, in block 8, we have 6 open cells left. We have a 3-7 pair as well as a 1-5 pair, making the two cells, making the other two cells which are not involved in the pairs that we currently have, they also form another pair of 2 and 8. So 2, 8, 2, 8. Okay, this 1-5 pair makes the other 3 open cells in row 8 a triple of 2, 8, and 9. Oh, and, well, I've now found what's up. So, in row 8, these open cells cannot contain another 8. Well, these two cells cannot contain 8 because of the 1-5 pair. And this cell also sees another 8. So in row 8, the digit 8 is forced into one of these two cells. So no matter what, 8 is guaranteed into one of these two cells for the row. And no matter which cell 8 ends up in, all other open cells in block 9 will see the 8. So because 8 is forced into one of these two cells no matter what, well, or I should say 8 is guaranteed into one of these two cells, 8s in all other open cells in block 9 are eliminated, meaning that this cell cannot contain 8 anymore. So this is forced to be a 7 because it sees all other digits. And after I eliminated 8 from this cell, I can also force the digit 8 into this cell in column 7 because, well, this is the only cell available for 8 now. Okay, yeah, I've made a 7 in this cell, which places the 1 and 5 to complete column 7. This 5 points left to force to force this cell as a 6. Or I can say the digit 5 in block 5 is now forced into column 6, which eliminates 5 from this cell, and this cell cannot contain a 7 map. But a lot of things to handle right now. First of all, I can make this a 6. Up here a 1, this a 6, this a 7, uh, based on the markings I've done. And down here, a 1 and 5. This cell now sees 7, so it's 3, 7. This 3 makes this cell an 8, this a 3, this 8 points back to the right, making this a 2, this an 8. Now, row 9 is only missing 2 or 6. I mean, 2 and 6. And row 7 is missing only 6 and 9. Alright. Um, 1 and 2 are the missing digits of row 5. Oh yeah, these 1 and 8 must have done something. So 8 are eliminated from these two cells, and 1 in this cell is eliminated. So this cell is made a 6 because it's the only digit marked in the cell, right? I've marked every digit into cell of all possibilities. So this cell must be a 6 because I've eliminated all other digits from the cell. So it's a 6. Well, it's based on the markings I've done, right? All markings I've done are based on logic that are true. True logic, and I've done them without errors. So as long as all your markings are done correctly, accurately, without any mistakes, it's mostly safe to follow them around and place the corresponding digits. So yeah, the first condition is that you do the markings correctly. Okay, which makes this cell A2 A6, down here A2, this A1, this A2. See, I'm just following the markings around. No problem, because I've done them correctly. 2, 3. And these two cells are for 1 and 6, as they are the missing digits of block 4, but this cell C is A6. No. Oh yeah, it's just that I should eliminate 1 from the cell. Okay, anyway, the digit 6 in block 4 is forced into this cell. The cell is A5, 8, 5. 1 and 4 go into these two cells as they are the missing digits of row 4, but this cell C is a 1. So I can make this 4, 1 up here, 9, 4. These two cells are for 7 and 8 to make up the missing digits of row 6, but this cell C is a 7. So I've made this 8, 7. This is A2 to complete this column, and this Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in about 20 minutes, so I would say this puzzle is in, but it's slightly difficult than usual hard Sudokus. It's slightly trickier than um most other New York Times hard Sudokus. I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. So there were many more pairs, triples, and other key spots in this triple required for you to spot them. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck for quite a while, I would say. So first of all, to start the puzzle, probably more towards the beginning, the 4-9 pair in block 3, that also worked for row 1. So this 4-9 pair in block 3 or row 1. So this 4-9 pair also led to the formation of the 7-8 pair and the 1-6 pair in row 1. The 4-9 pair, 7-8 pair, and 1-6 pair in row 1, and then also the 2-3 pair in block 2, column 6. The 2-3 pair in block 2, column 6 after all the pairs in row 1. And then I would say later on, the 3-7 pair, 1-5 pair, and, well, the 2-8 pair doesn't have a significant impact, but I would say mainly the 3-7 pair and 1-5 pair in block 8. Yeah, in block 8, especially the 1-5 pair, was the breakthrough towards, well, it was the breakthrough to approach the ending of the Sudoku puzzle, in my approach. So in my approach, this 1-5 pair was quite significant. The 1-5 pair in block 8. What else? I don't recall other tricky spots. I would say these are the tricky spots, actually. It's not that easy to spot all of these important pairs, so yeah, just hope that you spot them all. And hope you don't struggle for too long. I would say finding out the missing digits of, for example, column 7 also helped, and of course marking down all the missing digits of block 3 and all of their possibilities also helped place those digits more efficiently towards the end. But yeah, those are for strategizing and somewhat different from the pairs and triples which are necessary for solving the puzzle. So yeah, hopefully this video helped. If you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to reply you and help you in any way possible. Alright, so I'll end this video here. I am a bit tired, just as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, so yeah. I appreciate your support and thank you for sticking around until the end. Appreciate your support. So yeah. Today is November 4th, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1234 and New York Times hard Sudoku for today. See you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!